All right, adventurers, listen up. Welcome to a guide for one of the most exciting journeys you can possibly take, the quest for fluent English. In this explainer, we're going to equip you with all the tools, the strategies, and maybe a few magic spells you'll need to become a truly confident speaker.
So, are you ready? If the answer is yes, then you are absolutely in the right place. You know, this isn't just about learning a language. It's about unlocking a whole new way to connect with the world. Let's get this adventure started. Every great quest needs a map, right? Well, here's ours. We'll kick things off with the core ideas of our quest, then we'll get into mastering your instrument, build up your skills with a daily training regimen, and finally, take all those skills out into the real world. So, let's get to it. Our adventure begins right here, with the essential tips that are going to form the foundation for your entire journey to fluency.
You know, just like a hero has to understand their sword and shield, you have to understand your own instrument, your voice. Let's talk about how to master the actual physical mechanics of speaking English.
Okay, this slide right here. This might be the most important secret of the entire quest. Seriously, the idea is to prioritize pronunciation above everything else. Why? Well, think about it. Flawed grammar can totally be forgiven if your pronunciation is clear, right? But perfect textbook grammar is completely useless if no one can understand a word you're saying. Clarity is your most powerful weapon.
So how do you actually improve that pronunciation? Well, our first tip is a really powerful technique. It's not just about listening to people, it's about watching them. You need to become an analyst of speech.
And this shows you exactly how to do it. First, find a close-up video of a native speaker. Then record yourself saying the exact same sentence. And then, this is the magic part, you compare them side by side. Look at your lips, your tongue. Are they moving the same way? The person who shared this tip said when they were learning Spanish, they noticed Spanish speakers stick their tongue out for the D sound, something they never would have caught just by listening. That one tiny visual cue completely transformed their pronunciation.
All right, every hero needs a training montage. This next section is all about the daily exercises that are going to forge your skills and build your fluency one day at a time. Our next tip is called auditory reinforcement, and it's perfect for tackling English's, let's be honest, kind of tricky spelling. By reading a book while you listen to the audiobook, you create this direct connection in your brain between the written word and its correct sound.
Ready for a little speed trial? Find a news article or a blog post and read it out loud while timing yourself. Then, try to do it again and beat your score. This super simple exercise trains you to speak more smoothly, link your words together naturally, and it just improves your overall speaking pace.
I like to think of this as preparing your potions before a big battle. You want to prepare answers to common questions like, where are you from, or what do you do, and have a couple of interesting stories ready to share. Having these prepared, or up your sleeve as we say, builds so much confidence for any social situation.
And here's why that preparation is so important. This quote just gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? That feeling of being put on the spot can be really stressful. Having a few prepared things to say is like having a safety net. It lowers the anxiety and lets you just focus on the conversation.
Okay, your training is complete. Now it's time to leave the practice grounds and take your skills into the wider world by truly living the language.
Okay, this one is pretty fun. Choose a native speaker you admire and just have them narrate your daily actions inside your head. I am walking to the bus stop. I am opening the door. I know it might feel a little silly, but what you're doing is actively training your brain to think in English. And that, my friends, is the real key to fluency.
Your quest will take you through many lands, all with different dialects. And as this quote points out, it is a huge mistake to listen to only one type of English. The more accents you expose yourself to, Scottish, Australian, American South, the more flexible your brain becomes at understanding everybody.
So where do you find all these different speakers? Well, this treasure map shows the way. You can explore group classes, seek out local meetups for expats, use language exchange apps, or even hire a private tutor. The goal is to build a diverse party to practice with. But what if native speakers are just hard to find where you live? Don't worry, your quest isn't over. The next best thing is to form a party with fellow adventurers, other like-minded learners who share your goal. And the modern-day town square for finding your party is, of course, online. Facebook groups and Reddit forums for English learners are fantastic resources. In there, you can ask questions, you can find practice partners, and get support from people who are on the exact same quest as you. Well, we've reached the end of our map, But this is really just the beginning of your adventure. You are now fully equipped to take your first step. So, let's just recap the core principles of your quest. First, make clear pronunciation your #1 priority. Second, train every single day with active exercises. Third, immerse yourself by thinking in English. And finally, find your community of fellow adventurers.
And with that, your journey officially begins. The map is in your hands, the path is clear, so the only question left to ask is this: what is the very first challenge you are going to conquer today? Good luck.